The 9 spoken keys to wealth. Key 8 multiplication title. The overflow of the redeemed hands. From the keeper of the storehouses in heaven to all Mamdanium who are ready to steward and increase God's blessings. Theme: kingdom expansion, abundance mindset, seed time and harvest. Call to action: like, follow, and subscribe to stay anchored in your inheritance. Multiplication begins when you trust God with what's in your hands. Key points learned by the Mamdanium in this lesson. God is the source of multiplication. Your increase is not limited by earthly systems, but by your faith and obedience to God's principles. Seed sown in faith multiplies. Multiplication is the supernatural acceleration of seed time and harvest when aligned with God's will. Faithful stewardship prepares you for more. God increases those who wisely manage what they already have. Multiplication requires both work and worship. Action without prayer, or prayer without action, limits increase. Your increase is for kingdom impact. The goal is not greed, but greater capacity to bless and advance the kingdom. Mamdanium. Multiplication is the divine principle where God takes what you place in His hands and causes it to expand beyond natural limits. From the 5 loaves and 2 fish in the hands of Jesus to the widow's oil that did not run dry. The word shows us that the seed you sow with faith becomes the harvest you reap with joy. In the kingdom, you never lose by giving. You are planting for the next season of increase. Multiplication is not simply addition. It is exponential growth rooted in God's supernatural economy. As robed skeletons redeemed by the Lamb, you stand as living testimonies that God can bring life from what the world sees as empty. Your hands, though bones, carry the spirit of life. When you lift them in offering, heaven counts it as seed. The barren field becomes green again. The single grain becomes a field of plenty. And the work of your hands prospers because it is blessed. You must see every seed, whether financial, time, skill, or kindness, as potential for God's multiplying power. Stewardship is the foundation of multiplication. If you cannot be trusted with little, how can you be entrusted with much? Luke 16:10. Keep your storehouses in order, clear debts, manage resources with integrity, and track where your blessings are going. When God sees you honoring what you already have, He will place more in your care. Like the parable of the talents, those who invest and increase are given more, while those who bury their gift lose even what they have. Multiplication also demands faith and action. It is not enough to pray for increase. You must sow, serve, and stretch beyond your comfort. If a farmer prays for a harvest but never plants seeds, he will reap nothing. Likewise, if you sow but never pray, your efforts may remain limited by earthly boundaries. But when prayer fuels your actions, and your actions match your prayers, the windows of heaven open, and blessings overflow. Malachi 3:10. Mamdanium. Remember, multiplication is not for you alone. God increases you so that His kingdom may expand through you. The more you have, the more you can give. The more you give, the more God can trust you. You are not just recipients, you are conduits. Let your barns be full, not for hoarding, but for distributing to those in need, for building God's work on the earth, and for declaring to all that the God who multiplies is still alive. Then Isaac sowed in that land and reaped in the same year 100-fold. And the Lord blessed him. Genesis 26-12. Give, and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over will be put into your bosom. Luke 6:38. Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Matthew 25-21. Daily declarations for multiplication activation. Speak these aloud every day until your soul believes it. My seed is blessed, and it multiplies beyond measure. I am a faithful steward of God's resources. The work of my hands prospers, and my barns overflow. I sow generously, and I reap abundantly. I am a conduit of blessing for kingdom expansion. Mamdanium, take the key of multiplication and unlock the gates of overflow in your life. So, in faith, steward with wisdom and serve with joy. Begin today, plant a seed, bless someone in need, or invest time into a God-given assignment. Watch as your offering returns in multiplied form. If you're ready for your hands to hold more than they release, like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss the next revelation in the 9 spoken keys of wealth. Until the storehouses overflow, stand faithful, Mamdanium. Your increase is on its way.